everybody, Mark and Melody here today to answer your questions on what's on your mind. Numbers on the screen. You can call us, text us your messages anytime, and Melody's right here with the phone waiting for your text. And
I get them all the time.
We haven't got any lately. All right, so I'll just wait here.
Stop. Can I make a phone?
Please, just one phone call.
Can I make a phone call?
Can we just get one phone call? One person out there. Is there anybody watching? Of course, we're recording this, so you can't really get a hold of us right now. But yeah, here's the funny part. Because I'll sit there and say something like that on the screen, and about 2 o'clock in the morning, all of a sudden I'm getting email, and I look at, next morning when I get up at like 6 a.m. sometimes, here's another email. I'm like, what?
They think you're on the air.
Well, yeah, because, sometimes they're airing it 3 or 4 times in the same day, and it'll be at 2 in the morning and then 6 in the morning, and it's like, but we do get back with those messages.
I have a question here. What are your favorite burgers, frozen or the ones you make? That was my question.
Frozen are the ones you make.
Yes. There's so many varieties out there.
Well, you've got my favorite burger. Have we even done a cooking show with that one yet? Oh, another text. We haven't even done a cooking show with your world famous burger yet. Are you waiting to put a patent on it, or you're not going to give anybody the recipe? Is that going to be one of your secret ones that nobody knows?
That one is amazing, isn't it, Mark? And it's even red. Looks like me. I'd love to meet you for lunch at Andrew's Dining Services.
Can we torture her in order to get that recipe?
They have a great buffet, very unlike most cafeterias, and I get a discount, so my treat. Oh, somebody's wanting to take me out to dinner at Andrew's.
Oh, well, nice. We're pretty close, too, so they probably know that.
Yeah.
So, you like my rubber band?
I guess.
Hey, y'all want to quit smoking? You ever see that?
I have seen that.
Anytime you want a cigarette, you go like that.
Same way with eating. Same way if you're, any habit that you have, when you have a desire say you're a cheeseaholic and you want cheese, boom, you get a desire for cheese. Pop yourself.
Just makes you.
So you're going to have bloody red wrist.
We might have to put a disclaimer on the rubber bands when we sell them to you.
Yeah.
So.
I think we better go to the kitchen. Let's cook
Yeah,
something.
we do. We've got so many things to do in the kitchen today, so let's get over there and have some fun.
And we'll be back.
All right.
This is my kind of program.
This is your kind of program. You're already jumping around. What are we doing
I
today?
love fajitas.
Well, you love anything that's Mexican. Southwest, I do too. I'm a Southwest person.
I love Mexican food, and it's like, give it to me, throw it on. What you got going?
Yes, we are doing fajitas today, and we're just showing you the simplicity of how easy it is to make fajitas. Vegan, healthy fajitas. That's the difference.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
You got your plates hot.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
You don't have to have that hot sizzling in the oven kind of stuff that they do there or that grill. You can just do it at home.
Sizzle. You know what these are, right?
Soy curls, Butler soy curls, some of my favorite products.
Of course, if you're doing the soy curls, I guess you should try to use the bigger pieces for a fajita one.
For fajita? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's all I need.
Just a few, right? Wow.
Yeah. And I'm giving this a little oil because I want those babies to brown a little bit. Mm-hmm. And then what's your key ingredients for fajitas?
Your bell peppers,
and onions.
Your onions, and your meat.
Yep, this is your standard.
Your key. It doesn't mean you can't use other things, but those are your key ingredients.
Yep.
And then what about your seasoning? What do you use for
Spice-wise, I am going to give you the secret to the most successful fajita seasoning you will ever need. And that is red pepper. Don't need to get carried away with it.
Okay, this cayenne is just red pepper, right?
Red pepper, cayenne pepper, and then this is just seasoned salt.
Oh, okay.
And you can use Lowry's is a really good brand. There's a few brands out there, but that's it.
Now, what if they're sodium sensitive and they have to really watch their sodium, Mark, because we know that's a salt? What would they do then?
I wouldn't use it.
Well, there you go. And that's somebody like me. I'm really careful about my sodium. And wow, that already looks pretty.
So that is like the key ingredients, and I've done this in a number of different restaurants with those 2 ingredients, and it's always successful.
So there's no secret recipe out there or seasoning for fajitas?
There's fajita seasonings out there.
But it's the basic set.
About the only addition they're going to have would be the cumin. Let me see here.
All right.
Cumin, is it cumin? And oregano, right?
Yes.
So
He
first
knows
two I
his
picked,
seasonings.
usually. So let's
Okay.
do that right here. You want
All
to do a
right.
mushroom one, or do you
I
want to
do
do the?
because my favorite is portobello. That is my favorite fajita. So
and I'm going to add a little oil to that. It's smoking already.
good.
Turn that down a little bit.
Is that too
That
much?
should be just right.
That's a serving for me because I love my.
And I'm going to add just a little water to this because we want those portobellos to get a little action to them, don't we?
Yes, we do.
That'll help break them down a little bit.
It will. Yeah.
And then what else do you want to add to it? Maybe just a couple more.
Yeah. You know, whenever I go to
Because they do shrink, don't they?
They do. When I go into a restaurant and I know they do the portobello fajitas, I always tell them to dry grill mine, so I don't want all the oil in mine. And I like extra portobellos, lots of onions. Yep. And you know what else I like in mine, Mark?
We'll add some little color for the.
I like just a few.
Okay, so we got that one going. And now I want to do one more without the oil. Well, we need to see some
Oh, what do you want to put in there?
flavor. What do you want to do for flavor here?
Look what I found, Mark.
What do you got there?
Well, you were on the road. I was out one day and I found this wonderful chipotle crushed pepper seasoning. Smell this. It is awesome.
Ooh.
Yeah. When I'm thinking a little maybe cumin, garlic maybe,
Wow.
some of that chipotle
So you want to put
seasoning.
this in this one?
Yes.
With the mushroom?
There you go. Ooh, good. Oh, he really kicked it up. Yeah?
Well, it's not really hot. It doesn't have salt in it though.
It doesn't have any salt in it.
It's not a big salt item. So
Okay, yeah. And I don't like salt in mine.
a little salt in there.
I think he found the
Whoa.
pepper. Did you-
That's got a late hit. That's
I
got a
think
late
that's
hit.
And so you put a lot in mine, didn't you?
Woo!
You know, this is something I want you to try. And
Tempeh,
that
I've
would be
used that before.
tempeh.
Yeah.
Okay, I love the tempeh.
Has anybody ever been to Tempe, Arizona?
Tempe.
Tempe, Arizona?
Tempeh. I have.
Yeah, me too.
You know, Mark, I think we've been in almost every state in the United States.
I've been
you more than me.
everywhere. Yeah, I've been everywhere. There's a song like that, isn't there?
Yes, there is. I think it's a country song.
Woo, that's looking good. What do you want in here? We'll
Let-
go with those greens.
Let's do, and some onions.
Okay.
Should we put more
And-
portobellos or no?
Flavor-wise, let's just do the standard, which would be your salt, your red pepper,
Okay.
your seasonal, which I'm not going to put a lot of this because I've already got that salt
Salt
in there.
in there.
And then your add-on is going to be a little bit of cumin and a little bit of that
I
oregano.
can never get these things open.
So yeah, a lot
Oh, I
of
like
the
that.
places will do the salt,
I like that.
the oregano, and the cumin in them. And then this one's the water saute. So that's yours. That's like your healthy one there.
Where's my portobellos?
They're here, but I add a little hair of
Okay.
oil to it.
Just a little bit.
And it
That's
might
not too
end up
bad.
being a little spicy too along the
Okay.
way. Okay, so let me get some of this stuff out of the way because I want to see what else you got going on over here. I see a whole side of what in the world do you have going on?
Well, you just can't eat fajitas by themselves. I mean, that just would not be right, Mark. So, what do you think about
Love it.
some beautiful rice?
Who made that?
Some
Who made that? That
quirky
looks so
old
good.
chef. And then I have what I call like a charo bean. This is not a refried bean, but it's a black bean that I added celery and onions and garlic to. I gave it some seasoning, and it's wonderful on the side with our fajitas because we want to do our fajitas with our tortilla, and then we want to put all of our stuff on there and make it like a big fajita burrito.
This, we actually have a real video that you can watch how to make that. It's just a gorgeous
Fatty
item.
rice.
Look at the beans here. One thing I noticed that you did was you made it thick enough
I wanted it thick. I didn't want this to be thin.
because then it would just go all over the
Right,
place
right.
and you needed some body.
And it's not a refried bean.
So-
There's no oil in it, so it's just a good healthy bean. I use black beans. But yes, I did not want this thin. And then, of course, what have I got here, Mark?
Guacamole. How do you make your guacamole?
You know,
Real
I
quick.
like my guacamole with cilantro, garlic, a little bit of red onion, and of course avocado and lime juice. But I know Miss Brenda doesn't like all that stuff in hers, so I put just a little salt and avocados in hers.
Okay.
Because I know who's going to come home and eat dinner tonight, and I know what we're going to be eating.
Of course, we'll make a custom one without all the peppers and
We
onions
will
for her
do that.
too. Yes, we always take care of Brenda.
Yes.
Okay, what else you got?
I have got some olives for some color. I've got some good salsa. I have
Sour
some
cream.
vegan sour cream, and I have some lettuce.
And the lettuce.
This is what I want to use to dress up our fajitas.
Okay. So, and by theory, fajitas don't normally have cheese on them, so that's why we don't have the cheese here.
Sometimes when I'm in a restaurant and I order my fajitas, I'll tell them I want them vegan, I don't use sour cream or meat, you know, do a dry grill, and they'll come back with cheese on top.
Yeah, I know.
Because they don't understand it's a dairy
What the
vegan animal.
never heard
So,
of it.
yeah, you're right.
Look at the
Sometimes-
moisture in this.
I'm loving that. I'm loving
Can you
those
see how it's
portobellos.
just got a sauciness coming out of it?
I love it. I love it. And this here, is it starting to brown or is it still?
It
now this
is.
is we did with water.
Yeah,
So-
this is your water saute, but it's still not sticking or anything, so it's doing pretty good.
That's good.
It's doing pretty good. Play musical chairs here.
Yeah, that looks like a hotter.
Okay, so
Now, what are
let's
we gonna
slide
do?
all that to the side
All right.
because we've got some work to do here. We've got some work to do. By the way, I
Yes.
picked up these fajita pans, and the pan goes right on top
Hot, hot,
at
hot.
Goodwill
Goodwill.
for $2.
You know, Mark and I, we'll take off sometimes and we'll just go Goodwill shopping, don't we?
Yeah.
And I love it because there's one time a month where Mark lives that they actually have a senior day. And that's the only time, folks, I'm happy to be a senior because it's 50%
Can you believe
off.
she is a senior citizen?
Yes, I am. Yes, and it's 55 and older, but I'm closer to the 65 almost.
I'm telling
not
you,
far
I
from
don't
that.
know how you do it.
You don't know how I do it.
So here we go.
Okay.
You got to be very
That's
careful
hot.
with these because
This
they
is
are
hot.
so hot. But this is the thing that you want to do.
You want to get that.
When
Oh,
you're
I
gonna be
hear the
serving 'em.
sizzle. Listen to
Right.
that.
And that's the way you're going to serve it.
Wow.
That's the way you want to serve it. Just like that.
Loving that, Mark.
Sizzling.
Sizzle
So-
fajita.
You ready for another one
I
here?
am. Why don't we put my portobello baby out there?
Okay. Yeah, you got to be real careful with these when you handle them.
They're hot.
They are so hot.
Yeah, and they tell you, don't touch these.
Yeah, kids, don't try this at home.
Wow. Yummy.
Now, if they had more oil, they'd be sizzling even more because usually it's an oily type of program that you're putting out there, but we're not doing a lot of that today.
Woo! When you do this at home, if you do the chipotle crushed pepper one, I suggest not putting as much on as Mark did.
I like it spicy though.
But it
It'll be
will open your sinuses, and if you have a cold, I'm sure it will help with that. Listen,
fun. Is that gorgeous or what?
I'm loving this. Oh, I can just taste it by smelling it. That was good.
Oh yeah, it is really good actually.
Wow, Mark.
And we need one more here.
We
so
need one more, and I'm going to move this over a little
So-
bit.
hit this one right here somehow,
There you go.
and put that baby there. And then this is our
Tempeh, no oil.
oil-free.
Love it.
Man, that's a lot. I'm gonna get it all in there though. I
You
might as
are.
well. Whoa, just like that. Of course, now if you want this one to actually sizzle before it goes out,
Mark,
you would actually have to hit it with a whole bunch of water like this. There, I got 1 drop, 2 drops, 3 drops. There you
here,
go.
taste this. You're going to be surprised.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay, now,
Yeah, I've had that before.
can we plate some up and show them what we're going to do here?
Well, what I'll do, let me pop these babies aside here.
Okay.
Now, for a family style,
This
you're
is
there.
how you would serve it.
You're there.
And you would just have your condiments on the
Everything
side.
you have is already designed for family style, so
Sure it is.
you're all set up.
But say I want to make a special plate.
Okay. Well, let me do one other thing here then.
Okay.
And I'll just put those in the sink for now. And I'll get some of these wraps. How many you want? 2 of these or 1 of these?
How about, yeah, well, let's do one.
Want to do 1 this time?
Yeah, we'll do one on here. Maybe 2.
And you can always warm these up on the grill. I just do them with my fingers and stuff, and it just makes such a nice difference.
Oh, I
So-
think we can put 2 on here, Mark.
You want 2? If you're going to do 2, let me show you the trick to it. You know the trick to it, but a lot of the people at home might not know the trick to it. But it's nice to give it a little warmth and a little...
Because it folds
But
better.
the trick to it is to have both pieces up in the
together.
center, and then you fill the outsides with it. And which one do you want to do?
Let's do the original.
Okay. So then you can have some of this on each side. And actually, you could just leave it just like this, and it's good to go.
That's how I like it, right? All right, I'm going to move that over
Just
just a
tighten it
little
up
bit.
a little bit.
And then I want to put a little bit of rice on the side, Mark.
Uh-huh.
And I love this.
Or I was gonna say you
Oh.
can put the bowl there.
You know what? I probably should have had. We've got this confetti rice. Oh, I love it. Yummy. Now I want to take.
No, I just want to try it.
I want to take a little bit of
That
lettuce
is so good.
and some guacamole right here on the plate, and some tomatoes.
Sour cream. Sour cream.
I want
Where's the sour cream?
I want to put some sour cream.
Sour cream.
Listen to him.
Sour cream.
I want just a dollop right on top of that,
Check that out.
and just maybe a couple olives throughout.
And there's one.
There's
Good to
one.
go.
That one's good to go. And let's see here. Oh, I like this plate.
You want a whole wheat one on there?
Let's do a whole wheat one.
A big whole wheat? A massive
big
whole wheat?
A big whole wheat. Now, I like my beans in a bowl.
And you can also wrap, you can do big ones of these. You can do fajita wraps. There's lots of different, this is the whole wheat.
Oh, I like that.
But there's gluten-free. You can use corn if you wanted to use the corn.
Let's do the portobello.
Okay. Which is looking gorgeous. Look at that. I really like this because it's got that sauciness to it.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to put a little
you're
lettuce
done.
down.
Okay.
I want to put a little lettuce down on that. Put a little bit of olives, some tomatoes.
So everybody can make their own.
Everybody. You know, what I like, you might not like. Ooh, guacamole. Have to have some guacamole.
So restaurant-wise, everyone's going to decide, okay, this is what we want our plate to look like, and then every plate that comes out of the kitchen is going to look exactly the same.
What do you think?
But looks great. Boom.
I
Want to try
like
another?
it.
Let's play another one.
How about this dark plate here? I like that.
And I'll give you one whole wheat one on that too.
Okay. I think I am going to put some of the confetti rice right down here on the end. Oh, look at that on that plate with that orange. I like that.
Yeah, I like this is good rice.
It tastes great. It has a great flavor to it.
So that's about where you're at. Plating is so important.
We
It
eat
really
with our
is.
eyes, Mark. We eat with our eyes.
And that's why a lot of times we're showing you different plates
On purpose.
because we want you to see the differences between different platings. So, look at those babies.
Put a little bit
Oh,
of
that's
color.
looking good.
You know, I want to put some guacamole just right in the middle of that.
And salsa. I mean, salsa is one of those things that you can use in so many different ways.
I have salsa.
I know a lot of fajitas that they don't do the salsa because that's
I
kind of
know.
making it a taco.
But there's always salsa on the table.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else on there?
Yeah, I've got more plate. Oh, here's it.
I want to do a little one. I'll do this
color.
little one. I'll do a little one for you here.
Do that.
And watch how you'll just do it flat.
We're going to do a flat one. Open face fajita.
Yeah, and just put the
dressed
rice and beans on the bottom.
up. All right. Good idea. All right. Put some rice.
Right, and then you're going to have this on the top with just a dash of the lettuce and tomato coloring on the top, right? So you can still see the whole bottom. Yep, just like that. Boom. Woo!
Wow, Mark. Beautiful. Beautiful.
So there you go. We've got different plates right here. We can do, I mean, look, we got like 4 or 5 different plates in a matter of seconds.
You know, family style, you know what's good about this is it can refrigerate. You can take it for your lunch the next day. You can eat it in a couple days. There is nothing here that will go bad or spoil.
Right.
So you've got it. I mean, I can see rolling it up like a burrito style and taking it for a sandwich the next day.
Plus, you don't need to use these.
You don't. You don't have to.
You can do just
bowl.
the rice in a salad.
You could. You know what? That brings me
Okay, there you go.
brings me to this.
This is the way you invent in the kitchen.
This is the way Mark and I work in the kitchen, and it works. I'm going to put all my ingredients in this bowl. I love the rice. All right, Mark, give me some fajitas.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the one I got plenty of back here.
Okay.
Because look at this, you can even, if
Oh,
you
put it
wanted
on the
to
side.
landscape it, if you wanted to landscape it
I
on the
like
side,
that.
and then put your vegetables in another corner, and then I'll let you hit the other corners, but I'll hit the corner here with a little landscaping. How's that look?
I know what Melody's eating for lunch.
Yeah, and that's just a hair of the spicy one. Okay, there you go. The simplicity of fajitas. And meat-wise, there's we've done these meats, but there's other meats you can do.
Other
Our
meats.
gluten, we've got our gluten steaks. We've got our beef cubes that you could use. Lots of different things
You know-
for the meat.
You know, Mark, I know I talk a lot about gluten-free because I'm celiac. It's not because I don't like wheat. I think wheat is the most amazing grain that our bodies can have. Unfortunately, I can't have it. So please,
It's okay. Things will get better.
please, you know, if you can use wheat, do a good whole wheat tortilla. I would love to. But I just don't want people to think I'm out there gluten-free because I just choose not to eat wheat. I just don't have a choice.
Right.
Because I do love wheat.
Yeah.
It's a good grain. Wonderful. Look
So,
here.
but
Look
other
here.
meat substitutes, there's lots of other meat substitutes out there. You
There
could
are.
take carrots. You could take half-cooked boiled carrots and use those.
You could.
Or just do a veggie. But what do you think? Are we ready to eat? I've already been eating. So,
Oh, Mark. This is my bowl.
love that rice.
This is so mine. Can we say goodbye so we can go eat?
Yeah, we'll see you later. Thanks for tuning in. Share these with your friends and family so they too can learn how to eat healthier so that they can live a healthier life. Because that's our passion, is to teach you how easy it is to eat a healthier life so that you too will feel as energetic as we do, even in our senior citizen days. That's right. I had no idea, but now I know. And
I know.
you be blessed, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.
All right, we're back, and we've got a really interesting topic that we're talking about today, which I don't talk about a lot, and that is smoking. Is it food related? I mean, you know, I'm a chef. I'm supposed to do food related stuff, but I also do health related stuff and things that affect the body. And one of the things that really affects the body is smoking. And there's a lot of problems with smoking. Just to let you know firsthand, I was a smoker for 20 years. I smoked at least a pack or two a day. And I have not had a cigarette in at least probably 10 years. So, with that said, at least I know a little bit about what it's like to smoke cigarettes and what it's like to have to quit smoking cigarettes. So, but I want to share with you here, this is the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. And let me go over some of the statistics here. Current smoking among adults in the United States, there's an overview right here. 17% of the people in America are smokers. 17%, I mean, that's a lot higher than I thought it was going to be. And this is from the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. So they've got really good numbers here. More than 16 million Americans live with a smoking-related disease. 16 million people are out there. 16 million people are out there needing health care because they are smokers. And so that's pretty high. But it's actually went down. It's declined from 21 out of every 100 people in 2005. Now it's only 17 out of every 100 people in 2014. So at least we're going in the right direction. Amen to that. Now let's go into some cigarette smoking among adults. By gender, 19% of men smoke, 15% of women smoke. By age, 17% of all adults smoke. 20% of adults 25 to 44. 18% of the 45 and older, and only 9% on the 65 or older. So it's not too bad. By race, here's an interesting thing. By race, more than 29% of every 100 non-Hispanic American Indians and Alaska Natives. Isn't that interesting? And I can share with you something about that, because if you'll notice that people who drink smoke a lot more. There's a lot huger, I don't know if they'll go into it here, but drinking and smoking go hand in hand. And the interesting part is, I didn't quit smoking until I quit drinking. And so I had to do both. I had to just cold turkey, just say, hey, I am not doing this anymore. God's got a better life for me. And that's exactly what I did. And I told God, I said, God, I cannot do this. And you are going to have to do this for me. Change me from the inside out. Do what it takes for me to be able to change, because I cannot do it. And I think that's probably one of the most successful things I've done, is understanding that it was beyond my power and control to quit smoking, and I needed a higher power to get me to quit. And thank God I did. I mean, amen. So anyway, there's pretty good numbers here of people who are by race that are smoking. And by education, nearly 23 of every 100 adults with 12 or fewer years of education. And 43 out of every 100 with a GED. So 43 out of every 100 never got a high school diploma. That is a huge number. And so the people that are not educated are the highest smokers. And so educate yourself. And that's what I'm here to do, is help educate you to understand that, smoking's a bad thing. By poverty, more than 26 out of every 100 adults who live below the poverty level. So you got 26% in the poverty level, only 15% of people above the poverty level smoke. So there's a huge number there about people who are in the poor classes that are significantly higher smokers. And I'm one of those people that I look at the reverse thing. What do successful people do? Successful people exercise more. Successful people watch what they eat. And here we go again. Successful people do not smoke. And you want to be successful, do what successful people are doing. And so, a lot of people are, is it a time consumption? It's expensive. It's an expensive habit too. And why do you think you're in the poverty level? Because you're smoking $1,000 a year in cigarettes or more. So it's kind of like a hello, it's kind of a no-brainer, and I know it's a problem to quit smoking, but God can help you. And so get me excited. I'm ready to go. Hey, I've been there. I've been living in the street smoking a pack a day. I know what it's like. And I know that God can change that for you. Different regions. This is really cool. I didn't know this one. Different regions, though. 21 out of every 100 adults who live in the Midwest. That is the highest of any of these. The East Coast and the West Coast are the lowest. The Midwest and the South are the highest. And I thought that was really interesting. Kind of thinks of me some ranchers, with their cigarette, and out on the ranch, cattling up the cattle and farming the ground. And, I just thought that was pretty interesting that they were up at 21%. Disabilities, people with disabilities are significantly higher number of smokers who are disabled. Well, did that smoking create that disability? Oh, and check this out. This is by sexual orientation. Nearly 24 of every 100 lesbian, gay, and bisexual adults are smokers, where only 17% of straight adults are smokers. Now, I think that's kind of a significant thing to look at, is that lesbians, gays, and bisexuals are significantly higher smokers than straight people. And I know I could rock a bunch of people's boats out there and everybody would be on the phone, but the bottom line is it's all about lifestyle. And there's actual proof out there that your lifestyle is what determines whether you're going to be a smoker or a non-smoker, whether you're going to be a drinker or a non-drinker, whether you're going to be a lot of different things. And lifestyle is so very important. We have talked about this. We've got to have a quality lifestyle, a godly lifestyle. And that's what reflects into a healthy life. And so any way you look at it, you eliminate the problems in life, you will live a healthier, more vibrant life. Now, there's lots of different things. They've got particulars here as well and plenty of references, but that is the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. And of course, now let's talk about the problems that this smoking does to your body. And this is just smokefree.gov. It's a government website, smoke-free. 18 ways that smoking affects your health. In the brain, become addicted. Your head, your ears, your eyes, your mouth, your face, the heart, stressed heart, sticky blood, interestingly enough, fatty deposits. The lungs, of course, you're going to have the scarred lungs and the emphysema, and the list goes on and on. Cancer and stomach and hormones and erectile dysfunction. I love it. Failure to launch is what they put here. And so I guess, guys, come on now. Wouldn't that immediately say, hey, I better quit smoking? And people still continue to smoke. Blood in the immune system, high white blood cell counts, longer to heal, weakened immune system. Kind of makes me wonder, I had a lot of that going on when I was a smoker. Man, it took me so long to heal if I had a cut or something, really weakened immune system, things like that. Tired muscles, more broken bones. And so there's so many problems that can come out of smoking. There's nothing good. You tell me one good thing that comes out of smoking, and you're just not going to find it. Now, so how do we quit smoking? We know that the statistics are out there. We know the problems that exist with it, but how do you quit smoking? And how do you help other people quit smoking? This is from whyquit.com. Cold turkey is still the #1 quit smoking method. And there's a whole bunch of massive information on this whyquit.com. So you might want to take a look at that website. But the bottom line is that when you quit smoking, cold turkey is the best way to go. I've never seen anybody quit smoking by saying they're going to cut back on cigarettes. And let me tell you, I have quit smoking at least a couple hundred times. And then a couple days later, I'm right back to it again. That's what happens. I'm only going to have one today. I'm only going to have a couple. There was those times that, I remember where I would only have one cigarette in the morning before breakfast and one before I go to bed at night. And I got down to that 2 cigarettes a day. And every time, hey, I did pretty good on that for a few weeks maybe, and then boom, I'd pick it right back up again. And so cold turkey is definitely the best. Now this is from the Mayo Clinic. And the Mayo Clinic's always got pretty good information for the most part. Quitting smoking, 10 ways to resist tobacco cravings. Of course, there's the try nicotine replacement therapy. That's always a possibility. Some of those actually have nicotine in them, though, so that's just one of those things. Avoid triggers. There's a lot of triggers, and with me, alcohol. Alcohol and gambling and going to a casino, those are big triggers in my life. Don't put yourself in an environment where you're going to smell cigarettes. Don't put yourself in an environment where everybody's smoking. That's just, hey, let's put a little fuel on the fire here and boom, go buy yourself a pack. That's what happens. And so you got to avoid triggers. Get yourself out of those. Everyone might have different triggers too. So delay. Hey, put it off, put it off, put it off. Just delay having that cigarette. Chew on it. Of course, chew on it is always a pretty good one. Chewing gum, chew on celery, carrots, sunflower seeds, nuts. Eat something. Hey, I would much rather gain 10 pounds by quitting smoking than smoking. And let me tell you, you can always lose the weight later, but if that's your cure, at least eat healthy foods too. Don't eat junk food and chips and stuff, because all that's going to do is be another trigger to make you want to smoke more cigarettes. So, and don't have just one. Here we go again. This is from the Mayo Clinic. Don't have just one, because once again, you're going to be looking at having another and another and another. Cold turkey works the best. And of course, here's the last ones here. Get physical. Physical activity helps you quit smoking altogether. And, it's going to be a little tough in the beginning. I remember when my lungs were hurting, and I remember coughing up a lung every day for weeks and weeks. There's a lot of harmful cancer that's been building up in those lungs, and it took a while for that stuff to come out. I mean, it's you just got to pay the price and get through it, because at the end of that tunnel, you're going to have a lot better, healthier life. And I'll tell you what, I would never go back to smoking. Never, ever, ever. Just because I've been there. I know what it's like, and I don't ever want to be back. And you're going to say the same thing when you get those convictions, and you pray to God, and and then listen to what God is saying and be obedient. I mean, here we go with listen and obey, trust and obey. You either trust God that He is going to get you through it, and then you're obedient to Him, and He will get you through it. He will never, ever leave you nor forsake you. And when you trust Him and you listen to Him, and by the way, one of the definitions of listen is actually obedience in the dictionary, trust and obey. Here we go, listen to God, and He'll help you through it. So get physical, practice relaxation techniques. One of the things that smoking does, and I know this because when you smoke a cigarette, it just slows down your entire system so fast. It's actually a form of death. You just take an immediate form of a step towards death, and it's arresting. And so you've got to learn how to rest without a cigarette. Take a breath. Just close your eyes and pray. Take 10 minutes and concentrate on your breathing and get your blood pressure down to normal. And then you're going to be refreshed and say, wow, that was better than a cigarette. I mean, I would much rather spend 10 minutes talking to God than spend 10 minutes smoking a cigarette. And I am going to come up a lot more refreshed than you ever do smoking a cigarette. So practice those relaxation techniques. Call for reinforcements. Well, I don't know about this. It's like, hey, police, I'm about ready to smoke a cigarette. Could you get over here and arrest me? I don't know. Call for reinforcements. Call your wife, your family, whatever the case might be. Online support, basically that's just support. Call for reinforcements, have somebody help you get through this. Hey, we all need help. And the bottom line is you cannot do this yourself. You absolutely cannot. And every person who quits smoking themselves usually goes back to smoking. Oh, I quit before, I can quit again. And because it's self. And it wasn't until I came to the conclusion that I cannot quit and that I need God to do it is when I quit for the last time. And I never have to quit smoking again because I found somebody else to do it for me. Remind yourself of the benefits. Look, there are so many benefits. I mean, you're going to live a healthier life. Men, you're going to have a better sex life. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And you're going to feel better. And there's no two ways about it. But keep reminding yourself. So that's a good idea. So anyway, that's the Mayo Clinic. They've got a lot of great ideas there. And the bottom line is, when you quit smoking, food is going to taste better too. And being a chef, food tastes better. You're actually going to enjoy eating healthier foods. Smokers whose mouths are all coated with nicotine need that salt and that fat and that sugar in order to get more flavor in their food. And you eliminate the smoking, your taste buds are going to work better, and you're going to be able to eat those healthier foods, and they're not going to taste all horrible to you. So, and that's another benefit is, eat those healthier foods. And one thing I heard the other day too was that, if you want to quit smoking, spend some days in a steam room and help open up those pores. You can spend 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes a day in a steam room for a week. It really helps open up those pores and draw that nicotine out of you. And it will put that moisture in your lungs to help you cough up that phlegm and stuff too. So I remember those days. But don't give up. Just turn it over to God and then listen to what He's saying and be obedient. And He's, God's not trying to punish you. He's trying to help you. And, it seems like the more we obey God, the better our lives become. And I obey God because I want to, because I love Him. And I want to take care of the body that He has given me. And that's our responsibility, that He has given us the responsibility. And when we do what He's asking us to do with these bodies, He's going to reward us. Anyway, we're running out of time here, and I just wanted to do a little quick segment about the smoking, and I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you next time. Hi, Mark and Melody back in the kitchen again, and today Melody has some cheese balls that we're going to make.
Yes, holiday cheese balls.
Holiday cheese balls.
And you could do them any time of the year, but today the way we're doing them is for the holidays.
Mm-hmm. 'Tis the season.
'Tis the season.
Yeah, especially when I see cranberries.
Yes, I love cranberries.
Green pistachios.
They should have cranberries, Mark, every day of the year.
They really
They're
should.
such a good food for, especially for the urinary tract and the kidneys and all that.
Why don't they?
Probably because they're good for you.
Yeah, I mean, look, they take produce from Africa. Oranges from Africa come up here every summer, and then our oranges in the winter go down to them,
Well, this is neat. When I was in Florida a couple years ago doing seminars, I was telling the people how I spent the day out at an orchard, and I just found all these wonderful citruses like the lemons and the oranges and grapefruits, and we picked them. The man let us pick, and it was like $4, $5 for the bushel. So I was telling the people how wonderful they were, and they just looked at me with this like deer in the headlight look. And they said, we just go to Walmart and get our oranges. Well, I went to Walmart because I had to do some shopping, and what I noticed at Walmart, they had California on them. And when I talked to the manager there, they get their California oranges and they ship the Florida oranges to California. And I'm thinking,
Crazy.
You've got to be kidding.
Yeah.
It's in your backyard. They're everywhere. It's like, go pick this fresh produce. It was amazing. Nothing tastes
but
as good as
seasonal
fresh.
wise, you would think that they would be able to do their shipping properly globally.
You would
They
think.
just don't quite do it that way.
Yeah, you would think.
So what do you got here anyway?
Well, this is our vegan cream cheese, and there are different varieties. This one here is the Follow Your Heart, and there is the Tofutti as well, and I think Daya. Those are the three that I know of, Mark.
Okay.
But we're going to take, you're doing a sweet outside with a cranberry. So I want a little bit of bitter or a little bit more savory inside. So let's do the tahini there. Right here, I'm going to have you put it.
This is going in here?
That is going in there.
Okay, you got to show me what you're doing here.
Okay.
And this is cream cheese, but it's vegan cream cheese.
It's vegan cream cheese.
We got it? Got it?
I want you to take the dill pickles. Those are dill.
All of it? Some
Whatever
of it?
you want, yeah.
Okay.
A little bit more. Let's put a little bit more. We want some good flavor. Okay. You're going to take a little bit of the tahini and put in
All of
yours. You can. I love the flavor. It doesn't matter. And then we want a little bit, about half of the green onions, unless you don't have enough there for half.
Okay.
And I just want some of the pimento for some color. And you're going to mix that up.
Boy, it looks like Christmas already, doesn't it?
Yeah, look at the red and green. Love it. If you like horseradish, you could put a little horseradish in. It really does have a great flavor with it.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, there's not a whole lot of ingredients in here, and you're probably thinking, okay, where's the salt? You could put a little lemon juice in with it if you want to. Although this is a great cream cheese, it doesn't have the fat that you have from your dairy cream cheeses.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So it doesn't hold together right away as well. If you want to chop your cranberries, that's what we're going to roll the cheese ball in. And it is a little bit soft, so we're going to have to be really careful with this.
And just like that. You're not probably going to do a big chop on this.
No,
Just enough to...
Just enough to, and I'm going to actually use pistachios on mine. So while you're doing that, I'm going to put some of my pistachios in here.
And I think that's just fine for this.
That's beautiful. And then you've got a bowl there, Mark, that you're going to use. I'm going to turn this on. Great.
Okay.
Oh, good luck. I gave him some gloves. Yeah, because this is really soft.
I love the way she puts that. Good luck.
And well, it's true. I mean, you've got to baby these. Now, a tip that I'd like to give you, if Mark and I had one in the refrigerator, I would actually refrigerate that and let it harden up a little bit, bring it out, and then roll it in my cranberries.
I'll tell you, I think I just want to refrigerate it like this because otherwise
beautiful?
it's so thin.
It is, but that's what happens to some of the cream cheeses.
Yeah. Is it going to hold together if I start moving it, or should we refrigerate it?
Did you put some over the top? Did you have some more cranberries?
Get some whole ones.
Yeah, put them right over
But they're
the
just
top.
going to end up mixing right in.
And you might be able to just kind of form that right there.
All right, we'll give it a challenge.
Give it a challenge. Now, for mine, I used some sweet pickle, and I'm going to use the green onions as well. I love lots of green onions in mine. Your wife would not like this.
You're really putting a challenge in front of me here.
Yeah,
You
hey.
really are. I'm going to go like this, okay? I'm going to go like this, and here we go. You ready? Whoop, boom.
I knew he could do it. I was just
All right. Now, how's that for creativity, huh?
That is great.
And then it's really packed with cranberries.
You know, Mark, I've done these for weddings and shaped them in heart shapes.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool.
Use one. I did one for an evangelistic school, and we shaped it in a fish and took the almonds and like the scales on the fish. And with this recipe, you could even color it if you want it yellow, make it like a cheddar style cheese.
So there you go. And I would actually refrigerate this though, and make it tighten up.
It looks so much better when it is tightened
gotta tighten up.
It does. Okay, Mark, since you're so good at this.
I would do the same thing with this one,
Yeah,
because
let's
this
do it.
is kind of a softer cream cheese than some of them are. Some of them are like the tofudi's really hard.
It is really hard.
Yeah. Which is normally the one I use too.
Okay, Mark, there you've got.
Okay, so we're just gonna put this right in here.
Right in there.
And see, if you got basketball hands, you can do this. If you don't, then you're gonna have to have somebody else hold it for you. But
Look how beautiful that is, though. Has a great taste
now,
to
I'm
it.
sorry, what did you put in there? You had more bell pepper and
I had the bell pepper, I had the sweet relish, like the Paul's sweet pickles, and then I took the green onions, and that's all I put in this. And again, you could use a little bit of horseradish. So I'm going to have you.
Just flavored cream cheese, basically. Just kind of shake it around here a little bit. This worked pretty good that way, didn't it?
It does. Get some of these off. I'll put them in my food processor. All right.
And then tomorrow when they come out of the fridge, we'll tighten them up.
Now this one was a little bit tighter, and you know why, Mark? Because I didn't add the tahini. So the tahini's more of a liquid. So look how beautiful that is going to be awesome.
But isn't that the easiest concept? To make
oh, and the taste is amazing.
To make some holiday, and it's got the red and the green with the white, and perfect way to do holiday.
It sure is. So join us for Christmas.
We'll be here. See you next time.
Bye.
Just a reminder, our books are available on the website. We've got Vegan Simplicity available. We've got Melody Purdyman's book available, Simply Yummy. Really good, great recipes in that book. Simply incredible. 400 pages, full color. And our newest edition is the Baby Steps to an Amazingly Healthier You. And this is a great 12-part DVD, has 4 discs in there, and it has a really great insight about how to take those steps one step at a time and start getting healthier. And so this is one that I think you'll really enjoy. And all these are available, chefmarkanthony.com, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, we're back.
Woo! Oh, I just got in my chair. I had to rush over here.
I did too.
Wardrobe changes are quick around here. Not really the way we do things. We actually, when we get in the kitchen, we do a few segments and then come back. But great cooking segments. And
you know, Mark, I wouldn't change what I do now for anything in the world.
Why do you do what you do?
Because I have such a passion. I called myself fat and sick for so long.
And nearly dead, just like the movie.
Fat, sick, and nearly dead. And I had no idea what I was doing to myself. And when it was brought to my attention and I went to that first cooking show and I heard this information, it's just like that light bulb come inside my head, and I was making great money. I mean, I worked for a large corporation and I made great money, and I walked away from that because I felt God said, this is what he wanted me to do. And I was praying, I was saying, God, use me. I don't have a talent. I have no talent at all that I can use for you. And I thought, if you can just find something for me to do, and look what I've been doing. I have never felt more blessed in my entire life than I do doing what I do. And it's tiresome. We get weary, sometimes frustrated, but you know what? Nothing is better than what we do, because for the first time in my life, I'm doing something to help people. And you know it's true. It's better to give than to receive.
Well, God has gifted you with talent. There's no two ways about it.
Everybody has a talent.
But there's so many people that do not see their talent. They do not know their talent. And just like you did not know the talent that God had in you.
And when I prayed and I asked God to show me what he wanted, you know, God, open up my eyes, show me what I can do for you. And I was scared to death. Yeah, it was terrifying.
But did you ever notice, though, when you started eating a healthier lifestyle, you became clearer minded?
Absolutely. First thing I did notice.
So Satan cannot blind you. And then it's like, wow, I do have all these talents that God has given me.
It was still scary.
So a lot of times when you transform your health, all these other things are going to start coming into play, and you're going to see the amazing things that God hasn't, you know.
I put a video on my Facebook here a week ago with this most amazing, talented young girl who plays a violin. And she disguised herself, kind of a punky, rocky kind of girl, and was in the subway playing this beautiful violin. And I just listened to it with chills on me. And listen to her story afterwards, how she gave all the credit to Jesus Christ. And she said, there was a time in my life where I didn't think I had anything that I possessed that was worth anything. And that nobody could see the beauty in me. And I seen it in her, even dressed the way she was and the way she played that violin. I could see such a passion in her. So every one of us have a talent.
And when you put that passion behind it,
that's when you really... she had 7 million fans.
Wow.
7 million fans, and she didn't think she had talent.
Well, we're getting there. We've got
Yeah.
almost 70. So yeah, we're getting there.
71? Do I hear 71?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're way up above that, but
Yeah, but we just love doing what we do.
yeah,
Anything to help somebody else, that's our passion. And I want God to use me in whatever capacity He has for me for as long as I can.
And bottom line is, my goal is not to be a world famous
Me
chef
either.
on television.
Me
I
either.
we do this because we love to do it, and we're happy if if you know all the emails and texts we get, and,
I do.
and people whose lives have been changed through our what we do,
In one
so.
of your seminars, I went with you up in Michigan. And do you remember the little girl that came up to you? She had come to my seminar 4 years prior to that.
yes.
And she started a company.
Yeah, was it cupcakes or something up there, or cookies, or?
No, she started packaging seasoned food, whole foods.
Yeah, the manufacturing, yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
plant-based, and hopefully we're going to have her here
Yeah.
on the set with us sometime. And her mother was sick, had cancer. She listened to my seminar. She started using that information, researched it, helped her mother. She's cancer-free, and she is now a whole plant-based diet, and she's making these products from one seminar. And I'm thinking, thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
No
word goes back void.
None.
And,
None.
Sometimes people need to hear it over and over and over and over. And a lot of you people have heard it over and over and over and over. And what you need to do is take action.
Yes.
Action, direction, and discernment. ADD. That's the kind of ADD.
We need.
Not the kind you get in the kids' cereals. I'm talking godly ADD. Action, direction, and discernment. And when you start with action, doing what God is asking you to do, and then direction, and discernment, amazing things will happen in your life. So we got to go. We're running late on time, and it's been a great show, though.
It has.
It has, yeah.
It has.
And so y'all be blessed out there, and take a look at our websites and all the information that y'all know about, and we will see you next time on The Whole Message.